Hello everyone, and welcome to Dungeon Delvers. My name's Karen Blend, and today I'll be talking about Dungeons & Dragons' newest playable race, the Grung, as well as the newest Unearthed Arcana, which brings in a new subclass for the Artificer, Druid, and Ranger. So many of you who have never traversed the jungles of Chult are probably wondering, what are Grung? Well, to put simply, they're frog people. To go into a little bit more detail, the Grung are a very lawful people that share many similarities to our real-world poison dart frogs. The reason I say they are lawful is because they are always lawful evil, lawful neutral, or lawful good. So no matter what side of the alignment they are on, they won't outright attack you unless they have a solid reason to do so. Now, this isn't to say you won't find a chaotic evil Grung or one that is true neutral, it's just that their societies usually have the influence of making them some sort of lawful alignment. Another unique feature of the Grung is their rapid growth. They reach adulthood in a single year and can live up to 50. Additionally, they're amphibious, so you'll never have to worry about drowning. However, they are water dependent, so they have to do that water bucket challenge once a day so they don't gain any levels of exhaustion. They are also incredibly aware of their surroundings, and to top off all of their abilities, they are also naturally poisonous. So anyone they touch instantly gets poisoned. This poison isn't very strong and can easily be overcome with a Constitution saving throw of 12. But at low levels, this is devastating, as well as getting past certain monsters' legendary resistances. The only problem is this poison goes through clothes and can't be turned off, meaning a simple handshake can really mess up someone's day. This race is really interesting to me and many other people. Combo this with a monk class, and every punch you can do can possibly poison your enemy. 4 of these punches in one turn is pretty devastating, and if you multiclass this with fighter just for the action surge, that's a grand total of 8 punches. If your target isn't poisoned after that, you might as well just give up on poisoning them. The only downside that I can see with this race is their short life, dependency on water, and the fact that the common people fear them. But that's the beauty of Dungeons & Dragons. Getting over these things and getting society to see you for the hero you are, or proving their fears right and showing them how evil you really can be. Now, onto the Unearthed Arcana. Unearthed Arcana is playtest material that Wizards of the Coast wants to show fans to try out and see what works and what doesn't work. We saw plenty of this before Xanathar's Guide to Everything, so perhaps that means we'll be seeing Xanathar 2, Electric Boogaloo. So with this installment, we got 3 new subclasses. For Artificer, we got the Armor. In this subclass, you get to build Power Armor, giving it 1 of 6 special abilities, and later, getting 2 of them at once. So enjoy being Iron Man in D&D. Next up, we get the Circle of the Stars for Druid. With this subclass, you get the option to become a constellation instead of an animal. Each constellation comes with a special ability, and you get to choose what constellation you become when you make the transformation. Next up is the Ranger with their subclass, Fey Wanderer. Ranger has had a bad rap for the longest time as being the weakest out of all classes in D&D, since it draws on 3 classes and doesn't really specialize in anything. So it makes sense that the subclasses from Xanathar and the Unearthed Arcana are incredibly powerful when compared to the originals. This one gives Rangers the ability to resist being charmed or frightened, as well as giving them extra psychic damage. The psychic damage is increased if you use any of their spell slots. These psychic abilities don't stop there. They can also force enemies to fear them and take even more psychic damage. And finally, they can turn completely invisible to a single creature. And this isn't true invisibility. They use their mind-altering psychic powers to essentially make their enemy's brain unable to process that they are looking at the Ranger. So no magical sight can see them. It's an incredibly unique way to hide from an enemy that has true sight or even blind sight. Overall, I love these new subclasses, aside from the Druid. The Druid doesn't really seem like it fits. Druids are guardians of natures and aspects of it. They are the fire that burns down old forests and lets the ashes bring to life a new healthy forest. I get stars and camping and stuff like that, but that doesn't really feel like it should be a Druid thing. By far my favorite is the Ranger. They are finally getting some love and ways to make their attacks have a little bit more oomph to them. Very few things have defenses against psychic power, so it's a pretty reliable subclass. But what do you guys think? Is the Grung a race that should be nerfed a bit, or is it perfect just the way it is? Which subclass is your favorite? Why don't you let me know by tweeting me at ZTVGoofingOff, and be sure to use that hashtag DungeonDelvers. Until next time, I've been Karen Blend, and I'll see you guys later.